that today's episode of the CryptoCast podcast features three speakers from Coinpaprika. And we have Matt, Radek, and Wojciech, if I recall correctly, the pronunciation.
Correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
excellent.
Exactly.
And Matt, you're the I guess marketing manager. Radek, you are the founder, if I recall correctly.
Yes. Founder and CEO.
And Wojciech, you are the business development lead.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Exactly.
So just I guess for people who aren't familiar, could one of you give us just a quick rundown of what Coinpaprika is?
Sure. Wojtek, would you like to explain the history of
Yeah, so basically, the whole story started in 2000. And maybe you can turn off your mics because I can hear myself.
Okay.
So the whole story started after the bull run in 2017. Everyone was in our team excited about cryptocurrencies. At that time, we were building a cybersecurity company called Grey Wizard, and one of our investors realized that cryptocurrencies are going to be a big thing. And we were a team of very skillful. We had a very skillful team who was very good at building websites. We realized that many websites on the market are not, let's say, we were not happy with all the services they were providing or all the data that they were showing. And we realized that we could add some new value. We decided to build Coinpaprika with the idea to build a platform, website which would gather all kinds of information from all kinds of services, websites, exchanges, social networks, and so on, in one place. So the idea was to build a platform where if you wanted to find out something about some cryptocurrencies, let's say Bitcoin or whatever, Ethereum, you could find all the market data, you could find all the information from exchanges, you could find information about the team, who builds it, what's in the white paper. You can actually find the white paper on our website. But you could also find out all information about mining, about what people talk about on Reddit, on Twitter, and so on and so on. So it's basically an aggregation of all data that we could gather. Yeah, so that's about Coinpaprika. I don't know if we should talk about coins or straight away, or we
Well, I guess I'd definitely love to dive into coins. The one thing that I'll mention real quick, I guess, is that, and just one thing that I want to get out of the way, because of course, at least as far from where I'm sitting, I guess your major competitors in the space is that you provide basically a similar, I guess the same service more or less, with, at least in my personal opinion, much better than the alternatives. But of course, the other competitors are websites like probably CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and perhaps even Masari, depending on how even though Masari is a little bit less, with less information, compared to you guys. But that's one of the things that I personally find really impressive is, like you said, is on Coinpaprika, you're able to find all the information, even about like ICOs is very, very detailed, which ones are ongoing, how much funding they've received. I think that's really useful information, especially that you can have everything in one website. And of course, your major selling point being that you guys provide unbiased data. And as we know, recently Binance purchased CoinMarketCap, and at least in my personal experience, I've seen a little bit of a decline in the quality, and I guess even just general community trust around that website as a consequence. So it's and so that's one thing that I think that you guys definitely have an edge on, and I see a lot of potential there. So I know you're yeah. So sorry if you want to add to that.
I'd like to ask one thing because as you mentioned, the Binance taking over the Coinmarketcap. It is worth it to mention that I'm not sure. It's about 1 week ago. It happened that the DeFi rank of the Centralized Finance's rank on Coinmarketcap, and guess who was on the first place? They said it's accidentally, but yeah, the Binance coin was there, placed on the top 1 place. So I think you can look right now as a CoinMarketCap being objective in what they're doing. It's like right now, it's like if you were to ask, let's say, Mark Zuckerberg what's the best social platforms, or the Tim Cook what's the best operational system for the devices, mobile devices. So they can't really right now be the judges they were meant to be, because CoinMarketCap, Coinpaprika, CoinGecko, all those crypto websites were meant to be in the middle and just report the data, what the exchanges are doing. And once an exchange comes in and just takes over the company, it can't really display anymore the objective data it used to display.
Yeah, I would like to add something. You know, I come from finance background, and I know how the auditing companies like KPMG and PricewaterhouseCoopers and so on, how important they are in the whole financial systems, because they provide some sort of trust in the system, which even a system like normal traditional finance lacks a lot. So when people are investing money, it's always something super very important for them, because sometimes they are investing a lot of their savings. So you need to have a trust, the trust party that guarantees provide information or data that is worth trusting. And I think the move by Binance to take over CoinMarketCap is not going to be beneficial in the long term for both of them, actually, because you are losing the transparency issue. You cannot trust anymore that CoinMarketCap are not going to do those mistakes any longer. But they are the biggest player in the market, by far, and we'll see how the story.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything bad about them, because I believe that they will work on transparency a lot. Well, they have to do that, but there's always going to be this little thought in your mind: is it really true?
Yeah, I guess that's spot on. Is that you could at the end of the day, and I think that realistically, I think even Coinpaprika and other platforms might find themselves in the same. Maybe a few years from now, even the sooner that the cryptocurrency goes up, then the higher likelihood you're also going to have some big party or company or exchange approach you guys and offer you however many hundreds of millions for your platform, and then you'll have to have that, I guess, battle of do we find some middle ground or whatever. And of course, things can get really messy when you have a lot of money being thrown around. But in any case, not to get too off topic, I know you guys are eager to speak about coins, and I'm actually very eager to hear about it as well. If I recall correctly, I was doing some reading on your website and on your blog that you had released this app. It was last month in June. You released this coins app, and it provides both cryptocurrency data. It's also a cryptocurrency wallet, and you're also able to trade through an exchange, or at least that's something like I had read. But please, if one of you could let us know what this is. And
yeah. So basically, Coins is an app where we want to do the same as with Coinpaprika. So Coinpaprika gathers data, and Coins. The idea of building Coins is to gather all kinds of gather all kinds of activities that you have in the cryptocurrency market. So starting from providing all the data from Coinpaprika, which is unique for a mobile app where you can trade cryptocurrencies because no other app on the market has this amount of information. Then you can trade currently over 2,000 cryptocurrencies, and you can buy them with Apple Pay or Google Pay. So it's super easy to buy cryptocurrencies. The first time I was using it, I was like, the first thought that came to my mind was, I wish I could have this app, in 2017 or 18 when I was super stressed when I was buying my first Bitcoin. Yeah. And the idea of Coins is to have as many partners as possible to give our users all kinds of different possibilities in the cryptocurrency space. Our next goal is to probably introduce a credit card, so you can now. So now what's available in the app is you can download the app, you can have your non-custodial wallet where no one has access to, not even us, and you can buy cryptocurrencies there, you can exchange them, you can send them, store them, and you can follow them, read all kinds of news from all kinds of sources about them. And the next step, which would close the cycle, would be to have a credit card, so you'll be able to pay in shops with the financial assets you have. Also, what's interesting, we have a company that we are talking to right now, which is going to maybe provide us with tokens that are going to be so securitized tokens, which are going to represent all kinds of financial assets in the traditional finance space. So you could have, you will be able to buy tokens that are going to represent Apple shares or whatever company you think of. And this is something that we are super excited about, and yeah, and the credit card also.
That's incredible. So I guess it sounds like you guys overall, Coinpaprika is moving more towards this direction of, I guess, providing kind of like this all-in-one service, and especially with coins, that's really what you're going for, and you're even going to start dabbling, like you said, with these real-world assets. Do you have like an estimated time frame? Like, are there any milestones that we can look forward to, like later this year or next year, or because the app was released last month, right?
I will add something to that. First of all, I would like to mention about something about Coinpaprika also, because when we started Coinpaprika, we were focused on fundamentals. Okay, so when we created Paprika, we knew that this is only the first step. Okay, so we would like to have information for the users, real information for all the users, and after that, we seen that the page is getting traction, and we thought that okay, now we get users, and then we think about a wallet or a Coinpaprika in application. Okay, application for the devices with all the data from Coinpaprika side, and after that we thought that it's also would be nice to have a wallet. You mentioned that you've seen that the Coins application was launched last month, but it's not true because we worked on Coins application for all more than a year. Okay, so in fact the iOS version of Coins was released in January this year. So we get some initial traction. We fixed all the missing features. And after that, we launched the Android version, which was launched a month ago. Because we to be honest with you, we have, I would say, some problems with hiring of this Android employees. So that's why you might see that Android was released last month. But in fact, we are in the application market from January this year. Okay, so that was my 2 cents to this earlier conversation. So yeah, that's here we are. And about the roadmap of the features, we have like a ton of information from users, what they want, what they need to have to use this application. We also knew that there is a ton of features that would create another value for users. Okay, because with Coinpaprika, we would like to be a Bloomberg of crypto space. Okay, but with coins, we would like to be all in one application for users to be the one stop shop, as we call it inside here for the crypto space. Okay, so the roadmap is pretty huge for the next, I would say, 12 or even 20 months, and probably we are focusing on Android version. We'd like to get this version to the point which is comparable to iOS version, because we have some glitches, I would say, bugs, and we are trying to fix them as quickly as possible. Okay, but the long-term roadmap is so huge that we can talk about for another hour or two. But as you may guess, it's not. I would say it's not publicly available. Okay, so we can talk about some features that we are going to introduce, but not of all of them.
Of course, yeah, that makes sense. You don't want to give away all the good stuff. And I guess I was curious because something that Olga, I guess I'm sure you guys are familiar with the communications director at CryptoMood. She had mentioned that you guys are going to be incorporating into the website that you'll soon be able to create your own account and log in into Coinpaprika. Is that something that's I don't think I saw that option now. Is that something that's coming? Is it related to
I'll
the app?
answer this one. So basically, that's one of the biggest thing in Coinpaprika since the launch, because never before you were able to create an account on Coinpaprika, and yes, you will be able to create an account on Coinpaprika. There will be some features. I already discussed some of those with Olga, because we see a mutual possibility to cooperate with CryptoMood on one of those features. So yeah, there will be new features, and what I can guarantee is that you will find it very useful, and you will likely you will like to have an account on Coinpaprika since we launched it, because yeah, there will be many features. Some of them may be features, pro features, I'd call them. So yeah, everyone will find something useful for them.
Awesome. And I had one question that's maybe not necessarily related, and I guess I will note, I believe it was Radek that was speaking. Yeah, I had seen an article, I think from December, that was saying that you guys were developing, that you had finished developing, I think for iOS. So my mistake there. Yeah, it was. I know that you had some. I did see something that would show that it was in development earlier. But my curious question now was, I wonder how the pandemic has affected you guys, and whether or not now, I guess one extreme being the pandemic, the other extreme, I guess now being, now that we're seeing this kind of bull run that's taking place literally as we speak, are you able to see, I'm assuming you can see like surges in user activity, and how was the user activity, or how was it looking during the pandemic for you guys? Like, you were doing okay? And I'm very curious, I guess, from the side of a company that provides the service, to see how people were interacting with your website during this time, and now that there's a bull run.
Okay, so first of all, I would maybe tell more about the team, okay? Because pandemics, that was we just started working from home since March, I assume. Yeah. So we are currently now, we just transformed as a team from sitting at office to fully remote team in just 1 week, I would say. So this was for us, this was the huge transformation, and so far it's going well to work this way. But in terms of the users, yes, of course, we see, I would say, our visitors, our traffic, both to the website, Coinpaprika apps and Cost application, are strictly related to the two, I would say, ingredients. One is like the BTC price. Okay, so if we see some moves on this price, we see the same volume of traffic is, I would say, increased on Paprika side. And the second, I would say, correlation is with the volume of transaction, global volume of transaction on cryptocurrency. So you can, this is strictly correlated if you check the price and the volume. So you have the same, I would say, information about traffic on website and traffic in Coinpaprika and Coin's application. So these two things are correlated.
Yeah, and as I recall, June or April, I think in May we could see like some movements on Bitcoin, and yeah, we could see also the increase of the traffic in that month. But later that month, later in June, we seen that the price was kind of stable, and that's what happened also to our traffic.
And so for us, it's better when the price is moving up or down, because we can provide valuable information for more users. Okay.
Of course, it's better when it goes up.
Yeah, that of course that makes sense. And I'm curious. I guess just a couple of questions here before we wrap up. I don't know. Well, this is almost like I guess a sort of mandatory question in any sort of discussion about cryptocurrency. But where do you guys see, like, do you believe that the price of Bitcoin will continue to go up? I guess not maybe now specifically, but over the long term in the coming years, I imagine that you guys have some pretty positive outlooks there. Or if you think that maybe the market will transform and maybe we could see like Ethereum or something come and somehow dethrone Bitcoin. Like what are your thoughts there as people who are really behind the data?
Myself, personally, I think that we won't see any kind of, I would say, 2017 bull runs. That's my point of view. We won't see those coming, but for sure the price will increase. Not in those because I call them sick movements, but we shall see like $20,000 Bitcoin, but not within like 1 month, but in a span of let's say 5 years maybe. So yeah, I think the whole market is right now stabilizing, and it's healthy. So
anything to add there, Wojciech, or?
So personally, I will not give any predictions, because predictions are a busy plan. Okay, it may happen or not, but the life will take us. Will show us.
Of course. And,
so I would like to add something. So from my point of view, I'm not going to do any predictions of Bitcoin, because it's too long. I'm watching financial assets and people doing predictions. And the only prediction of what I think is going to happen is that the democratized finance is going to happen. Because from my point of view, for example, I see many young people who earn money and they don't really know how to invest them or save them or protect them from inflation. And for me, a big thing will be for sure tokenized traditional assets. So as I said, tokenized shares of Apple, Facebook, and so on. I think this is going to be big in next 2 coming years. And the other thing that I believe is going to be big, and I still don't understand why this is not being so popular, is investing in rates. So let's say shares of offices building or any real estate buildings that are rented out, or hotels and so on. So you buy a piece of flat somewhere, or a piece of office. I think this is the best way to currently protect your money from inflation, and blockchain is allowing to do that very easily. I know a company in Switzerland that does it, and they are doing pretty well. They are raising capital really fast, and I think that in 5 years time we're gonna see lots of people, instead of putting money into a savings account that don't give you anything, they will start investing in rates, which are going to be shares of buildings and offices around the world.
I think I'd like to add this one because I've read this tweet around some time ago, and I believe it that crypto is going to be huge once people won't realize they are using crypto. So this is our prediction, I guess, and that's what we are heading up with the coins.
Yeah, we would like to have an application where you don't deal with crypto, you just deal with some kind of money, okay, financial assets.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That was the sentiment as well. The recent event we had with a panel discussion with some women from a few cryptocurrency companies. I think you're exactly right. Us as kind of more geeky people who are involved in cryptocurrency, we pay a lot of attention to the data and the underlying architecture and all these things. And at the end of the day, like Wojciech, I believe, was saying, is you could have some tokenized real estate, and they're not gonna know or care if it's ERC20 or built on some other blockchain, and they're just gonna have the app, or they can say, oh, you can buy however many hundreds of dollars or euros worth of this real estate, and they'll say, okay, great, and then they just pay it, and they don't think, oh, I wonder, is it decentralized or not? Like, the fact of the matter, I guess most people don't really care too much about that. But I guess to wrap up, where can people? Well, of course, coinpaprika.com is your website. I know that you guys are fairly active on Twitter. I always love what I see there. We have the Coins app on Android and iOS. Are there any other products or places that people can go and check you out besides your website, Twitter?
We have a Telegram channel, I believe, but that maybe Matt will tell you more about that.
The Telegram, Facebook page, but best place to visit to read about coins is if you head to coins.coinpaprika.com. So that's the best way to read about coins, and head to coinpaprika.com to browse through Coinpaprika data.
Yeah, I'm gonna advertise, but I'm not gonna advertise. I'm really encouraging everyone to go to coins.coinpaprika.com and see how the application works, and just try it out. If you don't like it, you can always uninstall it. But you will be very surprised how easy it is now to buy cryptocurrencies, and I believe applications like that are gonna move the sector forward, because today you don't need to have any cryptocurrency knowledge to buy Bitcoin and have it in 60 seconds from the moment you install the app. It's super intuitive and super easy to use. So once again, I encourage everyone to download Coins.
And once you install the app, you just use it, and you don't need to go to the Paprika website. We see that all the time that the traffic is changing. Traffic is changing from the website to application. So even if you don't like to buy or store crypto, you have all the information, all the newest information, and the news sources in the application. So that is I would say, the optimal goal to have users there, and from there you also can contact with us. We have like 24-hour support. So if you have any questions or problems, we will give you a detailed answer to them.
Yeah. So how I look at Coins. So the difference between Coins and other wallets on the market is that other wallets just give you the option to store and send and buy crypto. What we do is we give you the whole world of crypto in one place. So I say sometimes that it's a bit like Instagram of crypto, because you can spend there hours literally browsing data, checking information, and checking market data and so on.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, as soon as we finish, well, I mean, we're basically finished up now. As soon as I get off this call, I'm going to go ahead and download the Coins app and take a look at that myself, because I'm genuinely intrigued, especially now after hearing you guys talk about that. But I'd like to thank you all again for taking the time. I know it's quite hectic, and I'm glad to hear that there's more developments and that we have a lot to look forward to. And I personally, and I'm sure Crypto Mood as well, are really excited to see all the new features roll out and all the new things that are going to be coming that as of yet have not been announced. I'm really excited for that. Thank you again.
Thank you.
I would like to also thank you for hosting us, and also for the cooperation with with the new streams, because I'm sure as the viewers come from your community mostly, users know that they can browse news from directly from Mood on Coinpaprika, every coin that is listed in Coinpaprika. So thank you very much.
Yeah. You're most welcome. All right. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.